Are you starting your day with a warm bowl of oatmeal, thinking it's the healthiest choice? If so, you might want to stop, because some doctors now warn that eating oatmeal the wrong way could be worse than eating sugar, especially if you have diabetes. Shocking, right? For years, oatmeal has been seen as a superfood for seniors, heart-healthy, full of fiber, and easy to digest. But here's the truth most people don't know. When prepared the wrong way, oatmeal can spike your blood sugar just like candy. This isn't just theory. It's something many older adults experience every morning without realizing it. And over time, those blood sugar spikes can quietly do damage. In this video, I'm going to show you exactly why oatmeal can be dangerous, what mistakes to avoid, and simple, delicious alternatives that are far safer for seniors, especially those living with diabetes. Before we begin, I'd really appreciate it if you like this video. It helps me keep sharing more important lessons. If you haven't subscribed yet, I highly recommend hitting the subscribe button and turning on the notification bell so you don't miss any future videos. Also, if you enjoy this video, please comment 1. If you don't, comment 0, so I know how to improve. Now, let's get started. For decades, oatmeal has enjoyed a glowing reputation. Doctors, nutritionists, and health magazines have all praised it as the perfect breakfast, and with good reason. Oatmeal is rich in soluble fiber, which helps lower bad cholesterol and supports heart health. It's easy to digest, gentle on the stomach, and has long been recommended for older adults looking for simple, nutritious meals. Many seniors grew up believing that starting the day with oatmeal was a smart, wholesome choice. And in the past, it truly was. But here's the catch. We're not eating oatmeal the same way anymore. Back then, people prepared plain oats from scratch. No added sugar, no flavors, no chemicals. Today, most of what we see on grocery store shelves are highly processed packets of instant oats filled with sweeteners, artificial flavors, and preservatives. What used to be a heart-healthy food has quietly transformed into something far more harmful when eaten the modern way, especially for those with diabetes. So before we take another bite, we need to take a closer look at how oatmeal has changed and what it could be doing to your blood sugar without you even realizing it. Here's where things start to get alarming, especially for older adults living with diabetes. While oatmeal has long been considered a healthy option, not all oatmeal is created equal. What many people don't realize is that instant oatmeal, the kind most commonly found in grocery store aisles today, can actually cause your blood sugar to spike faster than table sugar. That's not an exaggeration. It's backed by science. There's a tool called the glycemic index. It ranks how quickly different foods raise blood sugar levels. The higher the number, the faster the spike. White sugar has a GI of about 60. That's pretty high. But instant oats? Their GI is often over 80, putting them in the same category as sugary breakfast cereals and white bread. Even though oatmeal doesn't taste sweet on its own, once it's been highly processed, like in instant packets, it's broken down by the body at lightning speed. This is especially dangerous for seniors. As we age, our metabolism slows and insulin sensitivity often decreases, meaning we don't process glucose as efficiently. So when an older adult eats a bowl of instant oatmeal, especially on an empty stomach, it can cause a rapid spike in blood sugar within just 30 minutes. That sudden rise can leave you feeling jittery, tired, or hungry shortly after. But worse than how it makes you feel in the moment is what it does silently, over time. Repeated blood sugar spikes, especially first thing in the morning, can damage the delicate blood vessels in your eyes, kidneys, and heart. It can also lead to nerve damage, known as diabetic neuropathy, which often starts with tingling or numbness in the feet and hands. For older adults, This increases the risk of falls, injuries, and long-term complications. And it doesn't stop there. Many people make the mistake of combining instant oatmeal with other high-sugar foods like bananas, flavored yogurt, honey, or even raisins. While these toppings seem healthy on the surface, together they create a sugar bomb that hits the bloodstream hard and fast. And because oatmeal on its own is low in fat and protein, there's nothing to slow that sugar absorption down. That's a recipe for a roller coaster of energy crashes, hunger spikes, and long-term blood sugar imbalance. So, if you've been eating oatmeal thinking it's the best choice for your blood sugar, it might be time to take a closer look. Because the truth is, not all oatmeal is safe, and for many seniors, it could quietly be doing more harm than good. Even if oatmeal starts out as a decent option, the way most people eat it today can turn it into a metabolic nightmare, especially for older adults trying to manage or prevent type 2 diabetes. You might think you're making a healthy breakfast, but the truth is, most common oatmeal combinations are setting you up for a blood sugar disaster. Let's take a typical bowl. Instant oats made with milk, often sweetened, topped with a sliced banana, a drizzle of honey, and maybe a handful of raisins. Sound familiar? This is one of the most common healthy breakfasts served across America. But here's what your body sees: a bowl full of fast-digesting carbs, simple sugars, and almost no fat or protein to slow anything down. That means the glucose from all of those ingredients hits your bloodstream at the same time, and hard. This is what causes what doctors call glycemic variability, a fancy term for blood sugar spikes followed by sharp drops. You may feel full and energetic at first, but within an hour or two, you're tired, foggy, irritable, and hungry again. Many people chalk this up to just getting older or needing more energy, when in fact it's a biochemical reaction to the way the meal was structured. It's not age, it's breakfast. For seniors, these swings in blood sugar aren't just uncomfortable, they're dangerous. Frequent blood sugar crashes can make you dizzy, weak in the legs, and more prone to falls, which are a major cause of hospitalization in people over 65. Over time, that instability also stresses the pancreas and can worsen insulin resistance, making diabetes harder to control or more likely to develop in the first place. Even if you're choosing the right kind of oats, like steel-cut or rolled oats, pairing them with too many sugary toppings and not enough balancing nutrients still turns a potentially healthy meal into one that works against you. The key problem is lack of balance. When there's no healthy fat, like nuts or avocado, or protein, like eggs, chia seeds, or Greek yogurt without added sugar, the body digests the meal too quickly. The result? A sugar rush, followed by a crash, and long-term consequences if this pattern continues daily. So while oatmeal on its own isn't evil, the way we dress it up has changed everything. What used to be a slow, hearty grain is now being consumed like dessert for breakfast. And for older adults, especially those concerned about blood sugar, heart health, or energy, that simple bowl of oatmeal may be doing far more harm than they realize. The consequences of eating oatmeal the wrong way go far beyond a little blood sugar spike. For older adults, these effects can quietly snowball into serious, even life-altering, health problems. When your blood sugar jumps up quickly, like it often does after a bowl of instant oats topped with sugary extras, and then crashes down just as fast, it puts massive strain on your body. And when this happens day after day, the damage adds up in ways you can't always see, until it's too late. One of the biggest risks? Damage to the small blood vessels, especially in key areas like the eyes, kidneys, and heart. These delicate vessels weren't designed to handle dramatic blood sugar swings. Over time, they can become inflamed and narrowed, which reduces blood flow. That's why poorly managed diabetes often leads to vision problems, kidney disease, or cardiovascular issues. And it could all start from something as seemingly harmless as a sugary bowl of oats each morning. But it doesn't stop there. Nerve damage is another silent danger. It often begins with a tingling or numbness in your feet or hands, a condition known as peripheral neuropathy. At first, it may just feel annoying, but over time, that lack of feeling can cause balance problems and unsteady walking. For seniors, that's a major concern. It increases the risk of falls, broken bones, and long hospital stays. In fact, falls are one of the leading causes of injury and death among people over 65. And if you're eating in a way that destabilizes your blood sugar daily, you're unknowingly increasing that risk. There's also the issue of chronic fatigue and hunger. When your blood sugar crashes, your energy drops, and your body sends signals that it's time to eat again. This is why many people feel hungry again just an hour or two after breakfast. That constant cycle of eating, crashing, and eating again not only leads to weight gain, but it also creates a roller coaster of cravings, mood swings, and digestive discomfort. Over time, it trains your body to depend on quick carbs for energy and makes it harder to regulate appetite naturally. So, when we say that eating oatmeal the wrong way can be dangerous, we're not being dramatic. We're sounding the alarm on something that happens quietly, consistently, and destructively. For seniors, especially those living with diabetes or prediabetes, eating instant oatmeal loaded with sugar is like throwing gasoline on a fire. And yet, many people are doing it every single day, believing it's healthy. If oatmeal used to be praised by doctors and health experts, why are we now warning people, especially seniors with diabetes, to be careful with it? The answer lies not in the oats themselves, but in how much the food and our habits have changed over time. Back in the day, the oatmeal people ate was simple, whole, and minimally processed. Think old-fashioned rolled oats or steel-cut oats, cooked slowly on the stovetop. No added sugar, no flavors, just whole grains, water, maybe a pinch of salt. That kind of oatmeal earned its reputation as a heart-healthy, fiber-rich breakfast. But fast forward to today, and things look very different. Walk down any grocery store cereal aisle, and you'll find shelves lined with instant oatmeal packets in tempting flavors like maple brown sugar, apple cinnamon, or peaches and cream. These versions are designed for speed and taste, not for blood sugar stability. What many people don't realize is that they're packed with added sugars, artificial sweeteners, flavorings, and preservatives, all of which can wreak havoc on blood glucose levels, especially for older adults with insulin resistance. Even the oats themselves have changed. Instant oats are more finely ground than traditional oats, meaning your body digests them much faster, leading to sharper blood sugar spikes. Combine that with sugary toppings and a lack of protein or healthy fat, and you have the perfect storm for metabolic trouble. And here's the real kicker. Many people still think they're making a healthy choice because the word oatmeal sounds wholesome and safe. But the label says one thing, and the body reacts to something else entirely. This disconnect between what we believe about oatmeal and what we actually consume is what causes so much confusion. People hear that oatmeal is good for the heart, or that it lowers cholesterol, and they assume all forms of oatmeal are safe. But that's like saying all bread is healthy because whole wheat bread is good for you. It completely ignores how the product has been processed, flavored, and packaged. So no, oatmeal isn't the enemy. But the way it's manufactured and marketed today has drifted far from what the original research was based on. And the biggest danger lies in eating these modern versions without realizing how different they are from what our parents and grandparents used to eat. Remember, the food isn't inherently bad. It's the type we choose and how we prepare it that makes all the difference. When it comes to oatmeal, that difference can mean better blood sugar or bigger problems down the road. Now for the good news, you don't have to give up oatmeal completely. If you truly enjoy it, there's still a way to make it work for your health, especially if you're mindful about the type you use and what you pair it with. The key is choosing less processed oats and balancing your bowl with ingredients that support stable blood sugar, not sabotage it. Start by ditching the instant packets and switching to steel-cut oats or old-fashioned rolled oats. These forms are less processed, take a little longer to cook, but digest much more slowly, meaning they won't flood your bloodstream with glucose all at once. That slower digestion leads to a gentler rise in blood sugar, helping you stay full and energized longer. But the real magic happens when you build your bowl with the right supporting cast. Instead of topping your oats with bananas, honey, or raisins, common ingredients that can send blood sugar soaring, opt for a more balanced mix. Try adding a tablespoon of chia seeds, which are rich in fiber and omega-3 fats. Sprinkle in a few crushed walnuts for healthy fat and a satisfying crunch. You can even slice in a bit of avocado or enjoy a hard-boiled egg on the side for a protein boost. These additions help slow digestion, reduce glucose spikes, and keep your hunger in check throughout the morning. For liquid, skip the sugary dairy or flavored almond milks and go for unsweetened almond milk or water. If you need a bit more flavor, a sprinkle of cinnamon or a drop of pure vanilla extract can go a long way without adding sugar. You can also include a few fresh berries like blueberries or raspberries. Used in moderation, they add natural sweetness, antioxidants, and fiber without overwhelming your blood sugar. Think of it like this. You're not just making breakfast. You're building a small strategy to protect your energy, focus, and long-term health. And the beauty of this approach is that it's still delicious, comforting, and incredibly easy to make once you know the formula. Of course, if you'd rather skip oats altogether, that's okay too. There are plenty of breakfast alternatives that are even more blood sugar friendly, like eggs with sautéed spinach, avocado toast on low-carb bread, or a green smoothie with healthy fats and protein. The bottom line, oatmeal isn't off the table, but how you prepare it makes all the difference. Done right, it can still be part of a balanced diet for seniors managing diabetes. Done wrong, it could be silently working against you. The choice is in your hands, and now you know how to choose wisely. If oatmeal, even when prepared properly, still doesn't feel like the right fit for you, there's no need to worry. In fact, there's a simple, delicious, and incredibly effective breakfast alternative that checks all the boxes for stable blood sugar, steady energy, and long-lasting satisfaction. It doesn't require any fancy ingredients or complicated cooking. In just a few minutes, you can put together a morning meal that fuels your body without spiking your glucose levels, and it might even become your new favorite routine. Here's one highly recommended option: a hard-boiled egg, a small handful of steamed vegetables like carrots and broccoli, half an avocado, and a warm cup of ginger water. It might sound simple, but don't let that fool you. This combination is a powerhouse of nutrition for older adults, especially those managing diabetes or trying to prevent blood sugar swings. Let's break it down. The egg provides high-quality protein, which helps you feel full and gives your body the building blocks it needs to maintain muscle and support metabolism. The steamed vegetables are loaded with fiber, antioxidants, and important vitamins, while being easy to chew and gentle on the digestive system, something that becomes more important with age. The avocado adds healthy fats, especially monounsaturated fats, which are known to support heart health and stabilize blood sugar by slowing digestion. And the ginger water? It's not just soothing and refreshing. It may also help with inflammation and digestion, making it a smart, senior-friendly beverage to start the day. Together, this breakfast gives you a perfect balance of protein, fiber, and healthy fat, all without processed carbs or added sugar. That's the real secret to avoiding the roller coaster of highs and crashes so many people experience with traditional breakfasts like sugary cereals or flavored oatmeal. Instead of feeling tired, foggy, or hungry by mid-morning, you'll likely feel steady, focused, and satisfied for hours. Even better, this meal is gentle on the stomach, making it a great choice for those with sensitive digestion. It's also naturally low in carbs, which is ideal for managing blood sugar, yet it still provides plenty of nourishment to get you through your day. There's no guesswork, no hidden ingredients, and no need to rely on packaged foods that might do more harm than good. So, if you're looking to switch up your morning routine, give this breakfast a try. It's easy, affordable, and backed by everything we now know about what truly works for diabetes management, especially as we age. Your body will thank you for it. So what's the final verdict on oatmeal? It's not the villain, but it's also not as innocent as it seems, especially when eaten the wrong way. The truth is, oatmeal can either support your health or silently work against it. For seniors, particularly those managing diabetes or prediabetes, how you prepare your oatmeal matters just as much as the oats themselves. Done right, it can be a nourishing, blood sugar-friendly breakfast. Done wrong, it can spike your glucose levels more than a sugary dessert. And that's something worth paying attention to. I understand that this might feel like a big shift. Maybe you've been eating oatmeal every morning for years. Maybe it's part of your comfort routine, something that reminds you of home, of simpler times, of healthy habits you've trusted. And let me be clear, this isn't about blaming the food or your past choices. It's about awareness. Our bodies change as we age. What worked for us at 45 doesn't always work at 65 or 75. That's why it's so important to listen, learn, and adapt. Not out of fear, but out of love for the years still ahead. Food should serve you, not sabotage you. And if today's video helped you uncover something you didn't know before, whether it's about glycemic index, processed oats, or better breakfast swaps, then that's a win. Because knowledge is power, especially when it comes to your health. And the more you know, the more you can take control, one small choice at a time. If you found value in this video, please don't keep it to yourself. Share it with someone you care about. Especially if they're also living with diabetes or struggling with low energy, weight gain, or unsteady blood sugar. One conversation can spark real change, and that change could help someone you love avoid years of discomfort or complications. And before you go, make sure to subscribe and turn on notifications, because in the next video, I'll be sharing 3 powerful foods that can help prevent muscle loss and keep your legs strong, even into your 70s and 80s. It's the kind of information that every senior deserves to hear, but rarely does. Thank you for spending your time with me today. Remember, the goal isn't to eat perfectly. It's to eat intentionally, with your future in mind. Because when you choose foods that nourish and support your body, you're not just adding years to your life. You're adding life to your years. Until next time, stay well, stay curious, and stay strong.